Let's log in as a student to see what a typical adult or teenage learner sees. Here we have a dashboard, which is easy to navigate. At all times, we make user-friendliness an essential element of the platform. This is because it was designed by teachers, not by the computer programmers who designed the other sites you have looked at and trialed. From this one page, you can access the most important parts of the platform. The Quick Start videos, which show you how to use the platform. The database of materials. Your calendar, which shows you scheduled lessons, homework, etc. Your daily extra lesson. Any written compositions or spoken recordings that have yet to be marked. Your notice board. Games. The virtual coins which can be spent on items in your world. The place where students will spend most of their time is the study centre, where all the exercises are kept. As you can see, this is divided into 4 zones: General, Exams, Business, and Young Learners. Within each zone, we have separate areas for grammar, vocabulary, reading, listening, writing, speaking, pronunciation, etc. Let's click on the grammar area. Like the other areas, this is divided by CEFR level, from pre-A1 to C2 level. As you can see, there is a huge range of different units, and this is just one area within one zone, and each unit has multiple exercises with many questions. All in all, there are around 18,000 exercises and 100,000 questions, with more being added all the time. Let's click on a typical unit in the grammar area to see what it looks like. Each unit begins with an introduction. For grammar units, you get a video which shows a contextualization of the grammar point. There is no exercise with this, it is just to show what the structure looks like in context. Now for the exercises. They differ from unit to unit, but a typical set consists of a matching pairs exercise, where you click on the left and click on the right to make a correct sentence. If you make a mistake, the platform will accept it, but obviously your exercise will be marked accordingly. Next, we get a proofreading exercise, where you must find errors in a text and correct them, whether by adding a word, taking away a word, or changing a word. Next, we have a multiple choice exercise. Click the correct answer and press grade for your answers. Here, we see the individual notes for each question. Finally, there is a gap fill exercise, where you will either have to type in a word in the gap or choose from a drop-down list of options. Other exercises on the platform include true or false, click and match, and for the young ones, click and colour. For teachers, it's nice to be able to introduce a unit from the platform in class and have students do the exercises at home, so they are not faced with an exercise they have not had any exposure to before the homework. For the listening and reading areas, each unit has an introduction which contains the lesson content, the reading passage or listening recording. There are lead-in questions for each of these units. These are designed to stimulate interest in the unit topic and get students thinking about it. In class, these can be given in the 10 minutes before the end of class, with students discussing the questions in small groups while the teachers monitor and correct errors. Then the students can do the work at home. At the end of reading units, there is a follow-up, which consists of a YouTube video on the same subject as the unit topic. There are no exercises here. It is simply an opportunity for students to relax and be exposed to English while not having the pressure of doing an exercise. Similarly, in a listening unit, as well as getting the lead-in questions, at the end of the unit, the students get the transcript of the listening file and an interesting topic-based video to watch. Let's Learn English also tackles writing and speaking in the only viable way, getting students to actually write and speak. Here is a typical writing unit, describing what someone is like. After looking through the introduction, students get a reordering exercise. Then, they get to write the composition task. Press grade, and this will go to either the student's teacher or us here at Let's Learn English for marking. Similarly, the same goes for speaking units. Here we have a unit where students listen to half a conversation and complete the conversation by responding to the audio cues they are given. As with writing units, students receive individual feedback on their recordings from the teacher or us here at Let's Learn English. Each student automatically gets access to a lesson of the day. A different lesson every day of the year at 3 different levels: elementary, intermediate and advanced. The lessons will either be grammar, vocabulary, phrasal verbs, word building, reading, listening, or a song. These lessons of the day are short. They should typically take no more than 15 minutes to complete. They are there to be used as a supplement to the other work students will do on the platform. They are one of the reasons that students should log on to the platform every day, as there will always be something new for the students to look at and learn from. Let's Learn English balances serious study through challenging exercises with access to English in a way which doesn't involve testing the student's knowledge of the language. Our English library contains a range of English language resources which aim to increase exposure to English whilst not testing the students. We have idioms and jokes in English, live English radio and TV, podcasts, web links, games exclusively written for Let's Learn English, and YouTubers, which is nowadays what youngsters and teens watch instead of television. I have my students put English radio or TV on in the background while they are doing something else. Exposure to a range of accents and types of English will help tune the students' ears to the tone of the language, which can only help them when it comes to understanding spoken English. Interaction between the student and their teacher, or the Let's Learn English staff, is very important. Students have access to a grammar doctor, who is there to answer student questions on any English subject they care to ask. And they will get a reply, usually the same day. As a teacher, you have access to the entire range of English language materials to give to your students. However, you might want to have a more hands-off, autodidactic approach to the students. We have a range of self-directed courses for adults, young learners, exam candidates, and business English students. Each course consists of an entry test, a number of modules, and an exit test. Students complete the entry test and then go through the modules at their own pace. Each module contains a full range of grammar, vocabulary and skills exercises to give a thorough grounding in the English required at that CEFR level. And the course finishes with an exit test and a record of the student's overall improvement. A certificate of achievement is also provided at the end of a course. At every stage of a student's learning journey, we try to encourage student platform usage. One way we do this is by giving students virtual coins every time they log in, or complete an exercise on the platform. The students have access to a virtual world in which they can buy countries with the money they have earned.